How's it going? This is Odd.
Hey, it's Red here.
And Mal.
And you're about to listen to our podcast. I'm just going to give you a heads up. Probably not the greatest for having your kids around.
Nope.
We are a 18-plus podcast, and we would appreciate if you would take that into consideration, as we honestly have horrible mouths. And obviously,
influences will ruin your life.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, by what our name is, we are the Ganja people.
And I was smoking during this intro.
Hey, I'm Odd.
I'm Red.
And I'm Mal.
And we are the Ganja people.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Hi.
Hey.
We have a special guest tonight.
Fucking dogs.
Goddamn
Every time.
So we have a special guest that has featured on the show before.
She's back. Shut the fuck up, dogs.
It's your little one.
I know.
Always.
Every time I say hey or hi like that, they bark. Every time.
Always.
Because they think somebody's here. And I'm like, dummies.
But anyways, Yeta's hanging out. Which, by the way, I really like those dab. I'm just saying.
Fuck.
What'd you
What?
say?
I forgot that rat.
Yes,
Oh,
you did.
It's okay.
It's alright. It's not a huge deal.
You could drop it off like at work tomorrow, and I'll grab it
What time
tomorrow.
do you get out?
8.
At night? Okay.
All day.
Because I'm going to get my nails done in the morning.
Right.
I gotta go
Girl
to bed
for
in
a
the
minute.
morning.
Hey.
I'm nervous to drive tomorrow.
I don't take your time.
Careful.
I don't like driving in Erie to begin with, and we're supposed to have poo-poo fucking weather, which I also don't like to drive in. So, like, it's like a double whammy. And then, for the triple threat here, people in Erie are stupid! And they drive like fucktards. I don't like it.
Tell me how you truly feel. Oh, jeez.
Hello?
Sorry, we had a minor delay.
Yeah, we did.
Oops. Anyways, so Yeta's back.
We've missed her!
I've missed you guys.
Right. I know. I can't imagine. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't. It'd drive me fucking nuts.
You get used to it.
Ask her, like, after, like, 5
Oh my God,
days,
he was
I get
home
to be
for
a
a
dick.
week, and
Like,
he
I'm
was-
like, rah!
He was home for a week.
Why do you think my children leave me alone? Because they know.
Right?
I don't. I'm an ass all day, and they just, Mom!
Like I said,
Mom,
it's not.
Mom.
Yes, it gets to be a pain in the ass, but I don't have to deal with people. You know, I can deal with
It is
my-
a trade-off.
Yes.
Because, I mean...
But I do miss people. There's certain people I do miss.
Right? Like, we just had a guy come in the other day that I haven't seen in, like, 3 weeks to a month. And I'm like, what the hell? And I was like, where the hell you been? And he's like, I went on vacation for 3.5 weeks. I was like, holy fuck. Like,
Right?
what the
Does my
fuck did
teriyaki
you
guy
do?
still come in?
Yeah, on Wednesdays?
Okay, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I miss him.
A prisoner of war.
Yeah.
And he was in World War II, so
Oh, I
he's got to
remember
be at
you
least
telling
90
me about
years old.
him.
As soon as he pulls in the parking lot, I can have his sub almost done by the time. It'll be getting ready to be wrapped by the time he walks in.
Aw.
That's how.
Super nice
yes.
old guy.
There,
Not real super chatty.
that's one of the few things I miss about actually working a regular customer service job, not the kind of customer service I do.
Because you get to select who you deal with.
I do.
There
I
you-
do.
I mean,
But there
there's
was
some
this
of them-
one guy that
To a very minor extent,
when
though,
I worked
honestly.
at the video place, there was this one guy that came in and got to telling me about his daughter, and he had not gotten to see her. Her mom took her when she was little, never let him see her. They just recently got back in touch, and now he's got a grandbaby, and he was just filling me in on all this wonderful stuff. And his birthday was the next week. His daughter doesn't live around here, so she ordered a cake and paid for it over the phone, and then had him pick it up on his birthday for him. And he drove it all the way to the video store so he could show me this cake his daughter ordered for him. That's the kind of stuff I miss. That's the good part of it.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of that in our store. It's mostly people bitching about jobs and bullshit like that.
Or the ones that come in that you have to chop all their fucking veggies fine as can be.
Well, if
There's
I
a
was-
whole family of them
Yes.
that come in and, like, as soon as Yeta sees them, she fucking runs like, you're a dick.
Dude, you know what you do? You buy a food processor for $10 at Walmart,
No,
and you're
I
like,
do
here,
that.
bitches.
Or I make sure I'm at the first of the line. And then, yeah.
You're like, no.
Because when they go to veggieing, that's when they're dicks.
Oh my god.
And they want, like, a handful of onions, like a full fucking handful, cut up like tiny. You're like, fuck you.
And then they
Like,
started getting banana peppers that you had to cut up.
and banana peppers are a dick.
Yeah,
They're
they
pickled
fling
banana
all over.
peppers, so
They
they're like
fling.
hard
Yeah.
to actually cut.
Right.
It's not a thing.
They're tough.
But I have like a lot of customers I do like to wait on,
I almost went to Subway today, but I didn't.
like Phil, the Sunday guy that gets double steak.
Yeah, he's funny.
Super nice old guy. He's the guy that always talks to me about
Rocks.
the beach.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Oh, gotcha.
And that's who told me where to go for Barcelona and stuff. Anyways, him, like, he comes in almost every fucking Sunday. And he gets a double steak on cheese bread with American cheese, and then green pepper, onions toasted on it, and then lettuce, tomato, and extra mayo.
Yes.
Every week, that's what he gets. That's all he ever gets. And, like, probably, I would say early 60s. I wouldn't say super old at all, but, like, older.
Right.
But super nice gentleman. Like, he's the one that brought Kendra a geode because they always talked rocks.
Yeah.
So he brought her a geode in, and we smashed the thing with a hammer and
I
it
remember
broke
you
it
telling
open.
me about that.
Yeah. But, like, he has had conversations with Kenna about his beach glass that's
Yes.
uranium
Yeah.
bleach glass or whatever.
Ooh.
It'll glow, and it actually tests. It has
And he
uranium
doesn't
in
do
it.
it. He doesn't do it right on the beach. He goes down this trail.
Yeah, he told me that's the trail we took.
Yeah.
Like
That's
that
the
trail to go to that back little part, that's not actually Barcelona, I guess.
Oh. Are we supposed to go back there?
That's like a local spot
Yes,
that people,
you can
like
guess.
local people go there. Like, it's like only locals usually know about it.
Is that why sometimes we get weird looks like, who the fuck are these people?
Sometimes.
When there are, on the rare occasions that there are people there. There's not usually many people there.
I'm
Me.
going there.
We've seen a couple old ladies, and they're always super nice. They
Oh
live
my
right
God.
right next to the
this
beach.
one lady's got this massive pair of boots that she clod hoppers in down the beach with her stick, and just picks up pretty glass and shells and rocks. I'm like, that's gonna be me when I'm old.
No, I'm going
She does
there.
it every morning, she
I'm
said.
going there this summer because I have this mirror. And I'm going to get some of that epoxy stuff.
Yeah.
And
To, like,
Mod Podge or whatever. And I'm going to cover this thing with rocks. All the different, different glass I get.
I
I've seen
have-
it on TikTok.
last year we
and
had
I'm
a
gonna
really
do
nice
it.
one.
Like I said, I have quite a bit.
I want to take.
There's a lot
I have
there,
a lot
too.
of really
Yes.
pretty rocks I've gotten from the beach and stuff that are bigger, and I think I want to take them and I want to make a nice big water dish for one of my snakes, and
Carrie.
yeah, probably,
Her
and
favorite.
use
Her favorite,
my
yeah.
baby. E6000 them onto some plastic tub, and then use some grout to seal it
Yeah.
in there, and it would look so pretty and so cute in there, and it
It'd
would be
be
super easy to clean.
One of a kind.
Yeah, and it would be hers.
Oh, Yeta loses.
I wasn't paying
I've been sitting there for so long as they've been like talking.
Thought
I'm like,
maybe-
oh man.
I looked at him. I thought maybe his nose was cold.
No, I was just
Last
like sitting
time,
there. I was like
I'll
waiting
lose
to.
every time, so
It's
Okay.
super funny.
Just
I
I
won't
don't
do.
pay
I won't play that
attention.
game anymore.
I
We'll play
don't-
something else.
I don't pay attention.
We'll play. What is it?
Marco
Cockroach, atom bomb, and what was the other
Nuclear
one?
bomb, cockroach, and foot.
Foot. Yeah,
I'm not gonna remember any of that.
because it's
Because
that
God
from that
forbid we
'70s
play
show.
Rock paper scissors.
Yeah, it's him and Fez, and he's like, "Fine, we'll play cockroach, atom bomb, and foot."
I honestly think them motherfuckers, like down low, are stoners.
Who?
That show, that '70s show.
Oh, it is. It's
They
all about
are.
them being stoners.
They're all stoners.
I
That's what
watched
the
it-
circle is. Every time they sit in
Well,
the
I
circle, that
watched
shows
it
them all
one
around.
time. That was it. They
Oh.
didn't smoke.
Oh no, dude! Like we watched that '70s show on the weekly
I had
when we're
every
stoned.
season except
Yeah.
for season 1.
Like I said,
All
I've
the
seen
good
it-
seasons after 6 when Randy
But I
comes in.
seen
Fuck
it on
those.
Netflix. I was gonna watch
I
it.
Yeah,
kinda
watch
wa- I
the
kinda
first
want
through
the-
6 seasons.
What is it, 7 and 8 that we don't have
Yeah.
either? See, I kind of want them just so we can say we have them all.
And the
That's where you're at.
the last I knew, you didn't want season 7 or 8, so I didn't buy them.
I know, but like the more I think about it, I'm like, well, we're gonna have them anyway. We might as well get them.
You're a dick.
I know. I'm sorry.
Because literally last week, last time we talked about this, she was like, "I don't like after Eric leaves, so I don't care to have that." So I bought every season for Christmas, which I got 2 seasons mixed up, so then we don't have the first season.
We don't. We have 2 seasons.
We have 2 seasons of 4.
Shit happens.
We have
We're going to take it back and they'll exchange it for us.
We had the 2nd and the 4th season, and I thought we had the 2nd and 3rd season, so I bought a 4th, and I didn't buy a 1st season. Instead of, I bought a 4th.
It happens. But we'll fix it. We just haven't been to Erie to do it. So it's not a big deal. But
I'm fucking dying off of that. Good God.
I did too.
It's some harsh weed. It's been really harsh from this dude lately.
in a brand new pipe. What are we smoking out of tonight, baby?
Oh, yeah. We're smoking out of Creep. Because he's fucking creepy looking. I love him.
I knew you would.
For sure. He's got a giant eyeball in the front of him. And he's got a giant eyeball on the actual body of him. And he's always looking at you, like he's looking at you this way and looking at me. I'm like, oh, fuck.
But you're going to get stoned.
Oh, it's fucking rough right now. I'm fucking dying, guys.
I know.
Woo.
That was his birthday gift.
Those dabs we had, those were good. I like those.
They are lovely.
Like, I haven't felt this high in a hot minute since we've had some good dabs. So I'm like, ooh. And we still have 2 pipes to go. And we're barely into this pipe. Because we were like fucking 8 minutes into our show before we started smoking.
No, because...
She'll just stop and then it'll just be you and me.
Yep.
Yetta's smart about shit. She is. Much smarter than I am about shit usually. Because then I get to the point where I'm too high and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to drive for a while. So then I stay wherever I'm at for like 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, okay, now we can go.
Oh, no.
See, if I could do that, and it's not nothing against you guys, but I just know.
You have kids and shit, though. Yeah.
Right.
I know my limit.
Right.
And I mean, we're not like sitting out here until like 11 or 12. It's only like in like 10 usually by the time we're back in house.
Yeah.
But your guys' tolerance versus mine lately?
Right. Oh, for sure. Well, like, we've actually been trying to cut back. So, we were smoking a quarter every week. Now we have it at, like, 9 days on an average, besides this week, because it burnt really bad.
And we were doing quite a bit of dabbies on top of that.
I've been smoking quite a bit lately.
We were doing some wicked dabs for a hot minute.
I had to stop, because when I lay down at night, and you feel that... like you're almost wheezing, but there's nothing that comes up, and it keeps me up.
I got ya.
Yeah. I don't get that way anymore. I've been smoking pretty heavily for like 3 years now.
I still get it.
I do if we do a lot of dabs,
and that's exactly.
And I don't like it.
I know because
it freaks me out.
Yeah.
When we had dabs, I mean, they lasted like a good month and a half for a cut. Because we'd fucking...
You know, I actually still had some of that dab up until like 2 weeks ago when Tyler ran out and took it. Yeah. It
was pretty good. I mean, it always is really good from...
I can't wait to get back to work and start doing that again.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We
haven't been buying any.
We had to cut expenses because, quite honestly, shit's just expensive.
Everything is going up.
Our electric bill is $350 a month.
Mine was $150 this month.
I was like, holy
and I don't know
fuck.
why. And then I realized because of the fact I have to get the one outlet in my room. It's one of them safety ones. Well, it keeps tripping. So I had to take everything that's on that whole circuit off so it would quit tripping. You know, and then I went downstairs and turned the breaker off. Well, an electrician was supposed to come last week. Still no electrician. So I called my landlord today. He's coming tomorrow.
Good.
Yeah, but she has like a slumlord. It sucks.
Who?
Yeta.
I said poo.
Oh, I thought you said
poo-poo.
who.
Gross.
I was like, Yeta has a slumlord, yeah.
My toilet, like before I had surgery, you could literally probably pick it up.
That's not good.
You know who fixed it?
You did? Mama don't need no man.
I had learned how to put a seal on real quick.
A wax rig?
Yeah, and wiggle your butt around on it to make sure.
It's not hard to do, at least. It really isn't. It's just...
But that's
you would have had to have somebody pick up your toilet so that way you could actually do it. How would you do it with your back the way it was?
Before I had surgery.
It was still bad, though.
And I paid for it, but I wanted it done.
You're funny.
See, when stuff like that goes wrong at our house, I call my father-in-law and say, help me! And he does.
It's always like shit goes wrong when I'm walking out the door. It's never when I have the day off. Not to mention, I'm way better at breaking shit than like fixing shit.
The difference being is you guys own this.
Yeah.
I rent mine. That
Right.
means that's his responsibility.
Right. I get it.
It's just my responsibility. Fix shit. It's just I break shit more than I fix it, and I fully know that. I'm willing to help.
I broke our light when we lived here for 2 weeks. Fixed it, and then John Boy broke it again.
He's got horrible luck.
I've never fixed it again because by that point it was broke.
We just gotta get new globes. There are only 2 of them.
Yeah, because ours are ugly. I don't
It's
even
just
our
like
globes.
we just don't have the money for
I know.
stupid shit like that.
It's incredibly low on the priority list.
Right. Eventually, I would really like to upgrade our house a lot and make it like a really, really nice
More
house
personalized
someday.
house for us. That's what I would. I want pretty, colorful globes.
That's fine.
But-
I'm not saying we can't have
I know.
nice globes. I'm just saying, like, we just haven't had money for that.
I know.
So
Like,
when we
eventually,
do,
that's what I want. When we get to that point, that's what I want is pretty, colorful globes.
that's fine. I want, like, I don't want, like
stained glass ones.
tile. I want, like, tiles for our whole front of the house and down the hallway and in the bathroom and laundry room. I would like it to be tiled.
Tiled.
Of sorts.
Oh, okay.
It's easier to clean.
It's easy as
Listen,
shit to clean.
I want to get. You better plan on fucking doing it to the whole damn house then, because we're not keeping carpet.
When I first moved into my
in bedrooms.
Nope. Mm-mm. We are getting rid of
area
carpet.
rugs.
And then I was gonna say you're gonna need something then because
It's
your feet are
gonna
gonna
get
be
cold,
fucking
yeah.
freezing.
Like,
Miss,
area
I
rugs are
can't
fine.
stand it being
When
cold
I
in our
first
room
moved
now.
into my apartment, they had rug in my bathroom. I took that shit up quick as shit.
Dude, I've had
There is
three.
no way.
I've had 3 apartments with rug in the bathroom. One of my apartments, the only room in the house that had carpet
Was the bathroom?
was the bathroom.
She's told this story.
I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. The other one had like AstroTurf carpet in it. My kitchen was carpeted in that
Well,
one.
my
house.
dad's old house had like that old like 70s carpet that was like short carpet. It doesn't have like long bristles on it, but it wasn't like AstroTurf either. It was just like, I don't know, it had
Right.
little tiny dog hair bristles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was blue.
That's what the carpet in my kitchen in my old apartment had. That's what it was.
Oh.
And it was fucking
I
terrible.
mean, at least it's easy to clean, I
I
guess.
hated it.
But like, oh,
It was terrifying.
yeah, no. I have to go on Facebook and like make a thank you post because Jesus, I don't have time to message like 200 people. Thank you. Good.
I know,
God.
you didn't even comment on mine or nothing. No love on it, no nothing.
I haven't even looked at it.
It was funny.
Besides, I read it and I was like, I don't
said,
have time to message.
I
her.
read yours, which I had already remembered it was, and I,
Right.
I think I hearted it or something.
You did.
And then right after that, I said happy birthday, and then no sooner did I hit send through the Facebook. I think it was Val in our group chat messaged happy birthday.
She said yesterday, and I was like, it's tomorrow. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, you're fine. I'm like, thanks for thinking about it. I'm like,
Right?
because like she didn't get it from fucking Facebook. It wouldn't pop up yet. So like she knew it was my birthday around there.
Right?
I didn't message Trent on his birthday either. Watch Snape.
Oh, I think it's God.
Last hit was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
Just
ate
think we got to make it through Sky or again like
Sky is like second half, okay? Because that fucker is massive. And she takes the entire time to smoke it.
Right, by that time, you guys will be on your own.
we're gonna be doing good.
You gotta
tonight.
take one hit off her just so you can, because you haven't got the smoke out of her yet. So you
Because
gotta
that double perk in there, I'm telling you, the double percolator is beautiful. It might only have 2 ice cubes in the top of it because that's what it takes to fill it. But like, even with just 2 on there, it's so comfortable.
I told you I had to have another pipe.
Yeah, you were telling me.
This is him.
Holy fuck! I know,
He's so cute.
so derpy.
His name is Snape, and I loves him. He's amazing.
He's cute.
Like, and his little carb is over here, so like it's not even in an inconvenient spot like most of these ones are.
Yeah,
But his little eyes killed me. I had to have him.
that's pretty.
He was just too fucking derpy
Makes
and
me
adorable.
think of a sand boa.
Kinda.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Have you
though.
seen a sand boa?
But I've seen boas. That's what they...
Sand boas are literally like, they look kind of like hognose do, and then you get to their head, and they just like round off, and their eyes are like on top of their head, and they just look derpy as fuck.
They look so dumb.
They do. They look dumb as shit.
I want one literally because they just look like fucking fools. I want to name it Jar Jar. That's what it looks like.
Me's a Jar Jar
I want a
Binks.
tortoise.
Oh my god! Don't fucking get me talking about tortoises and turtles.
Ollie wants a turtle the other boy wants a turtle so fucking bad because he's been watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it shows them starting out as tiny turtles, and I'm like, great. And he's been asking for a turtle for his birthday, and I'm like, no, you're not getting a turtle. It's not happening. First of all, they stink. Second of all, they're not going to turn into those turtles. I promise.
They're not going to go real arms and legs and start walking.
Something in 30 years from now when he has a girlfriend.
Super funny.
And you be
I
like
know.
telling her these stories.
I can't wait.
Well, like, our kids will have so many of those because literally it comes to animals and they're like, oh, look. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Like Lil reaching her hand into a baby alligator bin, just like, what?
She's like, oh, look. I'm like, get out of it. It's going to bite you. Holy fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, this time Fry got out little,
Cresty.
No.
Oh, he got out a smooth front Cayman.
A Cayman. And he was petting it. And it pissed him all, he pissed it all off and it was like, ah. And he was like, yeah, you're fine. Like petting underneath her chin. She's like, ah. And he's like trying to put her back in there. She's like, ah.
Oh, I know.
I was like, oh man, you're a feisty little bitch, aren't you?
I know. Every month
They're cute
he's
from
there.
a distance.
I like them.
Oh,
I
they're
held a
so cool looking
crocodile.
because they have red in them.
I was holding a baby crocodile. It was like this big.
A Morelli one.
Yeah.
Until it like
so
moved
bad.
and she's like, alright, I'm done. I don't want to get bit. And I'm like,
Okay, but listen, taking one of those bites is a tad more serious than taking like one of our snake bites right now, okay?
they're not very big.
That doesn't matter. Their chompers are a smidge bigger and slightly more powerful. Even at that age, I hate to tell you, it is not going to feel good on your fingers, and you're very likely to need stitches. I don't want it.
The very first time I had my snake, I didn't know anything about him. Nothing.
Yeah.
First time that fucker bit me, I freaked out. Like, it bit right here and would not let go. So I'm like,
Oh my god.
Jeez.
yeah. And finally, I got it to pry open and, yeah, I said, I ain't feeding you today.
Oh man.
It's the worst, I'm telling you. The worst.
I've only been nailed once.
And that,
I've been nailed twice in the last month.
I've been
But
with
it's
that.
just like, I'm cautious about how I do things.
I'm a pussy now. I have a welding glove I use.
Well, I don't. I just reach in and grab them. I'm not worried
Logan
about
bit
it.
me the other day. The little.
All of ours are good. I'm not worried about getting bit. And, like, I feel confident enough to grab them and have no problems with it. It's just, if they're in a mood, like, I can tell I'm like, okay, I'm going to move to the back of you where you can't reach me until you can move, and you're too slow anyway, so I'll have you picked up. By the time you're outside, then you're fine. Then you're like, oh, it's just that. Okay, I'm not going to be a dick anymore.
I opened Terry's tank the other day when I was cleaning tanks here Monday, Tuesday. I was doing hers Tuesday. I opened her tank and talking to her, trying to wake her up, and she immediately gets into her hunting position and starts short tonguing. I'm like, no, we're not eating, and if I reach in there and get you, you're going to bite me. And she was in a corner, so like I couldn't just like get behind her.
Yeah.
I'm like, bitch. I'm talking to her for like 5 minutes trying to get her to come out of her food mode, and she's still, she's waiting for her food. I had to go get the snake hook to get her out. I haven't had to use snake hook on her in a hot minute. Because I could not get her to come out of that mode. I'm like, bitch, I am not reaching in there. You got me once here not too long ago. You ain't getting me again right now, okay?
2 weeks ago today.
Yeah.
And, like, she took it like a champ, no problem. She was like, oh, okay. And, like, the new guy, I tell you what, he was literally like, holy fuck, like, and she just, like, smiles, like a little crooked smile, and she's like, oh, no big deal. She's like, oh, you're still a good girl, I just scared you, huh? And he's like...
It scared him.
She's like, oh, nope, nope.
He's
Not playing
decided
with
that
that
he's
game.
just not going to piss me
I don't
off.
care.
That's
They
his goal.
understand you. I'm telling you, I talk to my bearded dragon every day.
Uh-huh.
And he cocks his head and...
Well, he
yeah.
side-eyes you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or today, I don't know what he was doing, running from the front of his cage around, and then he'd go up in his hide, and then back upstairs and back down. I don't know what he was doing.
That's what Cheese does all the time.
She has
calmed
anxiety.
down a little bit though. I blacked out 3 sides of her cage with some
That
foam
could be
board.
his problem too, because my rat is right. My one male rat is literally right next to him, so I wonder if that's what's freaking him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
probably.
never thought of.
But you could just get foam board like at
That's what I'm
Walmart.
saying.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
just
like-
cut
yeah, it's-
on the
I think
side.
But I
solid.
actually have a thing that can go in the back of my tank. I can just
there you go.
tape it up.
There you go.
There you go. See, I didn't have that, so I just took some. And plus, she was having a hard time with her reflection, so I needed something on the inside for her. That foam board's $2, and it's easy to replace, easy to cut it. Fucking done. Made her a little blip blip blip. Dude,
That could be
she's
too. He sees his reflection too.
yeah.
Well,
She's
that's
calmed down
why
quite a bit.
it's called glass surfing when they do
She's
that.
just got a flat spot in the very tip of her nose from doing it. I'm like, okay, we gotta fix this. So we did that.
She's gonna be deformed when she gets older. She's doing too much glass surfing.
I'm like, you dummy. So I fixed it, and she hasn't been glass surfing now. She's been a little bit more chill. She is still running around her tank a little bit, but not like in a spaz or upset. She's just kind of like being cheese. Like, if that makes sense.
100 miles an hour. Like, she has ADHD. You
I
can
swear
tell
to God,
she
she
does.
does.
It's horrible. She's like,
And he loves the bathtub. That's his favorite
Oh.
spot. He literally, like, flattens all the way out. He's,
All of
he's probably
mine?
about that big around now. He's huge.
I bathe all of them between Monday and Tuesday, all 4 of the beardies. One of them threw a temper tantrum the entire time inside there. One threw a temper tantrum and black bearded the entire time and was hissing in there, just all sorts of pissed off. One pancaked and bearded. She didn't black beard, she just puffed up and laid there the entire time like bitches. And the other one, he just kind of murs. He's like, really? Today?
he gets lots of baths, though, because, like, he
doesn't-
doesn't shed very well.
No.
He's kind of a pain in the ass about shedding.
He doesn't shed well. He doesn't poop well, so he gets
He's
baths.
very lazy.
I give him baths to help him. Now, he only gets a bath twice a week at the maximum, because if you overdo it, then you give him a respiratory infection. So you got to be careful.
Yep.
I only do it once or twice a week, but he's not a fan.
You think he'd get used to it?
You'd think they would, but no. No. Absolutely not.
Right?
What?
I was just waiting for you.
For me, for what? Marco?
Like what you, Polo. Like what you were going to say. You looked like you were going to say something, so I was like, oh.
I was, and then I was startled because I felt like I was being stared at, and I don't remember what I was going to say.
Already then. Jesus.
I'm a mess, okay? All the time.
It's alright.
I was going to ask if you grabbed a strain or not,
We happen to like you that way.
so we don't have a strain.
I know. For some strange reason, you guys like my chaos.
Right?
Because it fits right in with our chaos.
I just caused him more chaos. That's all I did, is I just brought more chaos to the table.
We make it through. It's
Some
all
of
right.
it in the form of tiny hoodlums.
Yeah, but that was on my own volition. But I was thinking maybe you had some questions.
Let's see. I don't have them pulled up like I usually do.
Slacker.
Yeah. Come on, phone. Work your magic. Let's go.
It's really, really smooth hit.
Okay. What about your younger... Wait. What would your younger self not believe about your life today?
Weed is bad.
When you were younger, you didn't believe that?
No, I don't believe it now.
I got
Well,
you.
you know,
I got
So
my
weed isn't
parents-
bad. I got
yes, weed isn't bad. My parents, when I was growing up, not so much my parents, but all my other family members, it's bad. I mean, there was some, they did it,
Right.
but us kids, it was bad. That's why we couldn't follow them.
I got you.
I found out when I was like 20 that my entire like dad's family were all stoners at different times, and
Oh, yeah.
like both my parents were when they were younger. They smoked a lot, I guess. So like I was like, okay, and then like my mom smoked with us a couple of times. No, so I mean, like, I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh, it's awesome.
Some of her stories are horrendous.
Dude, I know. She wants me to keep up with her when she's partying. I'm like, bitch, I can't do that.
That's like what she's about, man. She's like, let's party, let's go. Like, that was always her problem because she had such a bad liver from her drinking. Like, she didn't drink all the time, but like when she did go out drinking, she would like binge drink that night, and then she was like really ill from it and shit. It wasn't a good situation.
Right.
So like she hasn't drank. She drank last New Year's, not this year, but last year on New Year's. And that was the first time in like that's the only time in 5 years that she's drank.
And it bothered her or no?
It really fucked her stomach up for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And she like got bloated and it didn't go well for her. She was really ill from it. So
She really did do a lot of drinking this New Year's with us.
she didn't drink this New Year's.
No.
She smoked with us.
I'm honestly surprised I don't have liver problems. Because I was a drinker.
I'm surprised I don't either, because guess what?
But now
I don't drink, but when I do, I'm usually fucked up.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not saying I haven't been drunk, but...
I'm not really a fan anymore. I don't know. It makes my stomach hurt for a couple of days, and I don't do well with alcohol.
Hangover.
Dude,
I just don't do well with alcohol, though. Like,
this was
the
the first
time
year-
while I'm drinking, I have a stomach ache and shit, too.
This was the first time I didn't have a hangover the next morning in forever, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened.
I don't know why, because, we got really fucked
I know. I don't know why I didn't. I was surprised, but I drank Gatorade throughout the night and into the morning, and I think that made a difference.
I puked all mine up.
See, and that's
I puked probably 12
and I
times.
switched to water. Like an hour before we went to bed, I switched to water.
I puked like 12 times on New
And
Year's.
not me.
I was like,
drink until the bar closes, I go home and...
Yeah, see, no. I'm not into drinking. I can't do it.
That's what I don't miss it.
Makes my stomach hurt so bad.
I get in a mood where I'm like, nah, I need to just get white girl wasted. Like, I'm just in the mood for it. Like, twice a year. Usually one of them's right around New Year's.
Yeah.
So, like...
I told Mal and Miff's wife, and who else was it that was wanting to do it? Savannah. And Savannah, I told them, if you girls want to go clubbing, I'll also chauffeur you and do the DDing, and I'll just sit in the car and play on my phone while you guys are inside.
And if we have a problem, we immediately have backup.
Right, yeah.
When his wife gets too mouthy with somebody in the bar, we have backup. Because the problem is if I get mouthy...
you know how to do it because you did it before.
The
problem is if I get mouthy, then Savannah is automatically going to get mouthy because I got mouthy.
Yeah.
And then Brandy's going to be like, okay. And I think she would get a little bit mouthy, but probably wouldn't get a whole lot in between Savannah and my mouth running.
No doubt.
Brandy's the quieter of the three of us.
No doubt. But, like, I told them, I was like, you girls want to go for a night out? I'm like, I'll sit in the car and play on my phone and listen to music. And when you guys want me to pick you up, I'll swing by, pick you up, and then we'll go wherever you want to go next. And I'll sit in the parking lot and play video games on my phone.
Right?
Until you call me or else you come out to the car.
None of us have had the money to do it, though, so we haven't done it.
I was almost going to message you the other day and say, haha, I had lunch with your husband. But I didn't. I got in my car and I just... Well, he was, when I walked in, he was sitting down eating.
Right.
And I was actually going to sit at the table in front of him. And he'd moved all of his stuff because you could sit here. And then, he sat there. I don't know how long it was, but we BS'd for a little bit. And then...
Yeah, she ate her soup and stuff. And I was like, all right, cool.
Right?
That soup was so yummy.
Yeah, we sat and bullshit for a little while. I haven't seen Yeta like maybe 3 times
and
since
then
Christmas.
The new guy was there.
I like the new guy.
And he said, what's his name? Scott. He goes, oh, so you must be the carrier. I'm like, I sure am. And he just laughed. He goes, I've heard a lot about you. I'm like, oh, was it good or bad?
It's all good things.
I told Dave,
I'm sure it probably depends who we talk to.
I'm probably going to have to get retrained because
You're like, ugh.
Well, it's been a while.
I've been reading my book
What book?
for that test.
Oh, that
Your
test.
mom has been on my ass.
Oh, I bet.
McKenna's supposed to be ready to take it. I don't know if she is.
I don't know. I didn't talk to her about it today.
But I'm just saying, that's one thing your mom messaged me as soon as she found out I had to be off longer. She says, well, good, you can be reading your book and take your test when you come back.
And you're like, yes, ma'am. Because nobody
But I
wants
have
a
been
visit
reading. I
from
really
Renee.
have. Like I said, I really have been reading it, but
This shit's hard, though. It
it
is.
is.
I avoid
All right, so
Renee at all
what was our
costs.
question, by the way?
What would your younger self not believe about your life
Oh,
today?
okay. I was trying to, I was like, what were we even starting that off of? Holy fuck. Three stoners, you know.
What
Yeah.
happens?
So, what was yours, Mel?
I'm waiting on yours.
No, I have the right to go last. It's my birthday.
I was going to say that. I was almost going to say that.
And ladies
It's his
first.
Oh,
birthday.
now you want to play the birthday card.
And ladies first.
All right. That everything is actually going to be okay. There was a long time that I didn't think it would be, but my younger self would not believe that everything was going to be okay.
Right.
That everything is going to work out and it's going to be fine.
Your younger self wouldn't have done, a lot of shit that you've done.
You would have panicked.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure. Mine is that, everything's the way it actually is. It's
Just how your life
crazy.
turned out as a whole.
Yeah.
I'm
As
sure
of this
your
time
younger
in our
self
life.
had no idea that we'd be married with 3 kids and a whole fuck ton of reptiles.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't foresee that coming too much. But I really enjoy it, honestly. So what's your other question?
Do you believe in astrology and does your sign fit you?
Very little bit. I'll say that. A very little bit. Just because, I definitely fit. I'm an Aquarius because today's my birthday. I definitely fit the Aquarius. I'm really argumentative. I like to be right. It's not wrong. As to that. But at the same time, there's a lot of different stuff, about Aquariuses that don't really match me either. Because,
Well, see, that's why when you get into astrology, you have to dig deeper and you find out what your moon sign is, what your rising is, and there's a whole fucking list, okay? I have all of mine. I know what mine are if I pull up the chart, but I only know, when I talk to people, what my regular fucking sign is and my
your
moon
moon
sign.
sign.
I don't know what my rising is or the other 80 things that are listed.
Yeah,
I know I am a Scorpio, and I would have to say yes to mine.
Yeah, you could.
I really because I've posted stuff on Facebook about Scorpios, and
He's an
I'm
Aquarius,
90% of it.
and his moon sign is a Taurus. So, he does fit certain aspects of it, but then there's other parts of it that really
I think
don't.
that's what my daughter is.
a lot of Aquarius, it's supposed to be you're calm, because you're the water carrier. So you're calm is one thing, and I'm like, I'm not
Would the
calm.
10th be the same?
You're
as
not
yours?
calm, but you know what? You bring calm.
The 10th of February would be the same sign as yours.
I think so,
think
because
so.
it's the 21st or the 20th of January until I think the
Okay,
10th
then
or
yes.
15th of February.
My daughter.
Yeah.
Both of my daughters.
I
'Cause
gotcha.
Person B's is Friday, and my daughter's is the 10th.
I got you. I mean, I'm an Aries with a Scorpio moon, so I'm literally an asshole through and through. And it's not wrong. When people find that out, they're like, fuck. And I'm like, yeah, tell that to my husband. His crazy ass married me.
It's funny because sometimes, you'll do stuff that, kind of irks him a little bit, and he'll say, that you get really mad. And I turn to him, and I always say, nah, never, no. And he goes, yes.
The
But
funny
it's nothing
thing,
really bad. It's funny stuff. It
Right,
is
right.
funny.
well, our kids always have tantrums and shit, and people will be like, Oh yeah, and they'll blame it on my last name, like my last name.
They blame me.
Yeah, because like
Braswell's are sorry.
Yeah, my last name is like notorious for having a bad attitude.
Troublemakers and shit.
So like, they're like, oh yeah, I'm like, have you met my like? You've not dealt with my wife much, have you? Like, she definitely has that problem. And way more than I do nowadays.
And I guarantee every one of them say, no.
They do.
They do. They're like, no, she's so sweet. I'm like, you just
His
don't
grandparents
fucking know.
adore me. They think I'm the sweetest person on earth.
It's all good.
They all think I'm just the sweetest person. He's got a couple cousins that are like, no, listen, she's super sweet until you fuck her off, okay?
Yeah.
When she's fucked off, she's not super sweet. But those
I don't want to see that side of her.
It's really not nice. Like we were just talking about this today or yesterday.
One of the two.
I don't know. I can't tell you. Anyway, so like we're talking about how she holds a grudge like none other. Seriously. But like 90% of the grudges that she has on people right now, if they would genuinely apologize to her, then she would be fine with them eventually. Just because she's one of those people that if you're in the wrong, like, you just have to be like, well, I apologize, I was wrong. You know, and when you do that, then she's fine with you again. Because she just feels like you're lying to yourself.
Well, yeah.
And everyone else.
When you can't say you're sorry, that means you're lying. Sorry, you know? You don't mean that you're sorry. You're just saying it because it's what you want to hear. And you're not stupid.
No. Like, there's, a couple that if they said, I'm sorry, well, thank you, but no, we're good, but we're not. Like, we're good, but fuck off somewhere. But, for the most part, it's very simple. I'm not a super complicated person.
Yes. In some ways, no, but most ways, yes. Like, for sure.
But you guys manage him, that's what matters.
That's because he's known me for a
It's because I know her literally better than she knows her.
I'm like, I don't even know what I want, and he's like, this is what you want. I'm like, you're right.
Like the amount of times that I'm like, I did this, like, I did something for her, and she was like, I guess I didn't think of that. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's a great idea. Like, she's all about it, because I was like, all right, cool. So that was just like, I was like, she's gonna like this, and I do it, and she's like, that's good.
I've asked him so many times.
Thing, though.
It is. I'm like, how do you know what I need when I don't even know what I need?
He's married
like,
to you.
I just do. I'm like, you're magic. That's what you are.
And when he goes to the store, that's another thing, and it's cute because he'll be in the store and he'll describe exactly what he knows that you're gonna, want to eat, or he does.
I know he does.
And he gets out, and then he says you go in there and you talk to a whole bunch of people, and you're in there for a long time, so it's just easier that he does it.
Yep. Because oh my god. First of all, people misread me apparently because they either think I'm a raging bitch from hell, or they think that I need a 20 to 40 minute lecture on what kind of hair dye to buy. When I wasn't even looking at hair dye, I was looking at the hair ties. That I don't even fucking know this person.
I would have turned and said sorry, bye.
She like gets every crazy in the store, wants to like talk to her about something or another. I'm like, okay, you deal with that then. She's like, you're supposed to stop this, not encourage it. I'm like, well.
And see, when I go in the store, I'm usually stoned. So the old ladies that like leave their cart right in the middle of the walkway, so you got to go all the way around another aisle. Oh, I get pissed. Oh,
I flipped the lady.
So that makes
today.
me want. Makes me want to get out there even quicker because.
That she just meanders around all fucking oh my fucking god.
I hate shopping with me.
She forgets what she wants like at least 5 times a minute. I'm like, and when I go in, I'm like, all right, I need bread, eggs, milk, and like creamer, and I need this, and I need that, and that. Okay, cool. And then I just remember, and I, like, even in Walmart, like, I walk up the long side of the aisle, I grab my bread, I grab my, like, on the aisle there, then I go up, I grab my eggs, and I grab my milk, and then I go over and grab my creamer.
That's
like with
ADHD at its finest.
I know.
Because I always say that, too.
It.
Yep.
I always say I use my ADHD to help me rather than hurt me.
I swear to God, I have memory loss because I still forget stuff even when I make a list.
She fucking does. I'm like, you just cross it off while you're going. Well, I don't usually have a pen. I'd carry a pen with you.
And then I lose it. And then I'm pissed because I don't have a pen no more.
Yeah. Because you bring the one from home.
Yes!
Into your vehicle and you forget it.
I have two in this vehicle, and I have one in that vehicle. Pens.
Where? Because I can never find them.
In the square thing in the front there, and then in my glove compartment for my car.
You'd
I
be
like my little
surprised
compartment
about
right here.
Pens and work.
Oh my God, Michael. That fucking kid, I'm telling you what.
When I worked at Pizza Hut, I used to bring them home all the time because I'd put them in my hair and then I'd forget they were there.
We'd have like 4 or 5 of them. And we'd leave it like 4. You know, maybe
we'd have like
7.
2 pens in the morning.
In the morning, yeah, we're lucky. And then one didn't work, so you only had one.
Oh my God.
They are very good.
It's the worst, though, when you're at work and your pens, like, you can't fucking find them.
It pisses me off to no end. I don't have to worry about it now. I have a whole fuck ton of pencils, so I never have to worry about finding a writing utensil ever again.
Them are okay, but when you're in a hurry and you keep breaking the lead because you're heavy-handed.
That's why you keep the lead kind of short. That way you can at it.
And some of them people on that phone, it's like, what did you say?
I've a couple times been like, slow the fuck down for just a second. I cannot understand you. I am writing, okay? Slow down. One at a time.
There's this old lady that calls all the time, and she...
So after recent revelations, Yeta went home because she had surgery and it was bothering her because of how cold it is and stuff. So
Yep.
She ended up having to go at the start of this.
That's okay. I really enjoyed getting to hang out with her when we could.
Right? At least for a few hours. I enjoy hanging out with her and chit-chatting.
Right?
Get along with her really well.
I love Yeta.
Right?
She makes me giggle. But I think it's because we have a similar sense of humor.
Maybe. Could be.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm really focused on these cheesecake bites.
It's all good.
These are delicious.
They're yummy. For sure.
I forgot how good these were. I'm not gonna lie.
Right? I knew that, I knew they weren't going to be super, super cheap to make, but...
I don't care. This is what you wanted. I have zero problem spending the money to make you what you want.
Right? That's so good, though.
However, I can tell you right now, I could not have afforded to pay for the amount of chocolate, apparently, that it takes to go all of these. Not today, anyway. But...
It doesn't help you had $2 chocolate bars going on it.
Okay, but, like, hello. There's a reason for that. Taste how delicious they are.
I know. You could have bought 6-pack of Hershey bars, though.
They're not as good.
For like $3.
No. Gotta be Symphony.
It just ain't good enough if it ain't a symphony.
Not for these.
You're funny.
I know. It's your birthday.
I was eyeing up our third pipe of the night, which we didn't even talk about Snape.
No, we didn't.
We talked about how he looked, but we didn't talk about his name or nothing.
He's so cute, too. He's Slytherin colors, so we named him Snake.
Should have been Severus.
No, Snake. Because he's a snake.
Severus the Snake? That would have been pretty fucking good, I'm just saying. Mm-hmm.
I'm not changing it. It's cute.
So in Severus, the snake. Come on, that's cute. I'm just saying. If you're going to name him after a snake, you should name him by his first name, which is close to what snake is anyways, so it'd be Severus.
That's such a mouthful.
Severus the snake. Come on, that's fucking hilarious.
No, not the snake. It would just be Severus Snake instead of Severus Snape.
Okay then. Still.
The wind is blowing out your lighter for you.
A wee bit, yeah. A wee bit. I would fuck up. So for our third pipe of the night, we're smoking out of Sky.
Yeah, we are.
Our blue blonde that we got in New York City.
Probably literally the coolest trip we've taken yet.
It was pretty fucking cool.
However, I'm super stoked for Tinley too. So like, I'm like, how? I'm like, is it going to compare to New York City or is it not?
I mean, I'm sure some aspects will be as amazing and more amazing,
right?
Than what New York City was, but it's probably going to be less amazing in other ways than it was there.
Fair.
Like, it's hard to beat the concert we went to in New York City.
Right.
One of both of our favorite bands, first off. Second, it was their first show since COVID started, a year and a half. And it was on a rooftop in New York City. Like, the criteria on that is just redonkulous. It's
Right.
Oh, it was such a good show. Yeah, I'm all set on that. For right now, at least.
I am too.
I can't smoke and eat at the same time.
Makes
But,
me
like,
drool.
right? But, like, to beat that kind of thing, it would have to be something pretty awesome.
Right.
But at the same time, at Tinley, like, we already know we're going to meet Brian. Most likely Lori, if Lori came with them, and whoever Brian brought with them.
Right.
We know we're going to meet Brian for sure, because you're friends with one of his friends. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll for sure introduce you to Brian. And we're like, yes!
Right.
Sweet.
Hopefully Brian's, like, I think it said he was one of the people that were speaking, didn't
Yes.
it? Yes, like, he's gonna be there.
For
Question
sure.
is whether he's actually gonna, like, come in, speak, and leave, or is he gonna
Have time to
hang out for a minute? Because
Right.
if he doesn't hang out for a minute, then there's, like, no chance. You know what I mean?
Even then, though, I mean, we're hanging out with one of his good friends. So, like,
I'm hoping.
I don't
mean,
see where that's not going to be a really good, solid possibility of that.
I don't think there's a guarantee, but I think that there's a solid possibility. For sure. You did not clear that, sir.
Yes, I did.
No, the fuck you did not.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah? Alright, what's out there? Good lord.
She kicks my ass.
Yeah. The double percolator in there is rough. Whew. So let's talk about a strain while we're dying slowly.
Okay.
Because this one's... I like the name on this one. I think you will too. Quirkle.
Quirkle? That's a fun word.
Yeah, Querke. Quirkle.
Tell me about Quirkle.
So it is a indica dominant, 80% indica. Its parents are Jack's Cleaner. Never heard of such.
So it's probably got Jack
Herr in there and something cleaner. Space Queen, Purple Urkel. And I'm like, ooh, I really want to try Purple Urkel someday. I really do.
want to try this Quirkle.
The THC is a medium. Its CBD is unknown. It tastes like candy, blueberries, grapes, and cherries.
Nix the cherries and we're solid.
Well, that's the flavor and the smell, so I mean, you have a 50-50 chance.
Okay.
The effect is relaxed, dreamy, body buzzed, and meditative.
Yes!
Sounds like a really nice chill plant to help you chill out for the day. Famous once producing a single 93-gram dried cola. A single 93-gram dried cola.
That's crazy.
So that's like 4-ounce cola.
That's crazy.
That's it with it dried. That's fucking huge. A 4-ounce cola. Like that's like a fucking like this tall, like straight solid fucking. It would have to be like that big. It would be
crazy.
Massive. Anyways, famous for once producing a single 93-gram dried cola, Quirkle is an indica-dominant hybrid that ticks all of the boxes for the undemanding cannabis grower. Long, blunt-topped colas are packed tight with calyxes that look furry with lavender and citrus-flavored trichomes. While some phenos? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, continuing on with what I was talking about. While some phenos are more grape and banana, the expert crossing of select parents provides a powerful two-way effect. The mind getting a spacey, soaring high while the body gets a soothing mellow stone. Alright, so let's try this one more time. Oh, sorry guys. Fast growing in soil and super fast in hydro. So it grows really good in hydro. Quirkle is a robust plant with a large frame, long main flower spears. Flowering takes 8 weeks, and under the right circumstance, bud will turn luring purple with an optimum light setup. Breeders claim a yield of 3 pounds per light.
Wow.
That's like intense.
See, we need some of this.
So it says it's medium difficulty. It has a photo period, which most flowers do, like auto flowering and stuff does. It only takes 8 weeks to flower. It's usually in October. So you'd want to start it usually like mid-August is when you want to start this one. And then the yield is very large. Outdoors and indoors. And then it's only a medium height is all. So it's not all that big, and it's just got fucking bud everywhere.
This sounds like a fabulous strain. We should get some.
Right? Quirkle. Write that in your list of things that you want to get, and then it's like purple.
No, I don't have a list. You have a mental list.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. And it gets more purple as it's getting close. I was like, that's cool.
Purple's our favorite color.
Right? You're like, this makes it even better.
Yeah, exactly. It's got Jack in its line, and it's just purple, so it's better.
Oh my god. You're funny.
Am I pissing you off, So.
How's about we do my Urban Dictionary for the night?
Alright, let's hear it.
Okay. So, what do you think tactical spoon is?
Tactical spoon. It's when you spoon somebody with the intention of trying to fuck them because your dick's poking them in the back.
Okay.
You have, there's purpose behind this snuggling.
So, tactical spooning is the militarized version of civilian term spooning. When applied to the military, the act of tactical spooning is not a romantic exchange, but rather an act of survival in a desire to stay warm in harsh environment conditions.
Damn.
So, that was my guess, was something similar to that. I just didn't know exactly what it was.
Similar to mine or similar to that?
Huh?
Similar to what my guess was or similar to what the actual thing
what
was?
What the guess was. What it
ya.
actually was.
I got ya. I was nowhere close.
Right?
Yes.
So confused. I'm not very bright, so... Right. I mean, we'll talk about it when we're done. It's fun.
That was the plan.
Right.
I wanted to show you where we were at.
Right.
But I don't know. I wasn't even remotely close, but hopefully you can understand the reasoning behind my guess.
Right.
The thought process behind it.
No, I knew what you meant.
That was a good one.
It made you think. And then, of course, you're like, let's go down the hole we go.
Of course!
It just makes me laugh.
That's always the hole I go down. Every time. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's not.
Right? By the way, I don't think I've been quite this high in quite a while.
Oh, I've missed the Dabby Dabbies.
It's probably been about, Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is the last time I got really fucked up like this. Oof.
It's nice. I've missed it.
Between the stuff that Yeta put in and, what we have, wow. It's, we still have a half a bong to smoke. That you knocked over almost.
I know, I almost broke it, and I almost had a fucking heart attack. I literally had to sit here and breathe for a minute, because I panicked.
Right. We just want to be careful with it.
I know.
Just to make sure there's no cracks.
That's why I moved it back that way, because I was like, no.
We just want to make sure we didn't get any cracks in or anything.
Oh. Scared the fucking poopers out of me.
Right.
Ugh.
I know, me too. I was like, oh god.
Because, Lord knows, I would sit here and sob like a little bitch if I broke it.
Well, yeah, that just makes us think of, when we went to New York.
I know, and I loved our New York City trip. That was so much fun. Such a great set of memories with you.
Right. Between witnessing a robbery and, getting on the...
Getting accosted by naked grandma.
Getting on the...
Subway
with someone that looks like they just got out of a psych ward with no clothes.
Yeah.
They looked like they were a gangbanger the whole life.
Our taxi rides.
Oh god, dude.
Those were near-death experiences. About a dozen times per ride.
I actually was happier walking.
Yep.
It was honestly I
My
liked walking
feet
better.
Hurt like a mofo, and I still wanted to take a taxi.
But I don't know. I liked walking because we got to see it. Yeah, we got to see it because we're both people watchers. So there's a lot to see
for
there.
Our lives the whole time, so we could actually enjoy the scenery.
No, it was really nice. I mean, I really enjoyed our different walks from the different parks we went through, dog parks, just different shit like that.
Agreed.
It was really nice just to check everything out as we're going.
Right. I just want to make sure that part was okay too.
Oh yeah, we're solid.
Okay.
But the dog park's really cool.
Oh my god, the dog park was so awesome. We got to sit and because we're people watchers, so we got to people watch and puppy watch, and it was so cool. There's a lot of Frenchies in New York City, and I want one so fucking bad.
And we saw our first Pomsky in person.
Oh my god, it was...
Like, it was adult Pomsky size.
It was so fucking cute.
It was a tiny bit bigger than I thought it would be, but I was like, okay.
It's still small. I can't wait to have one of those too, but Frenchies kill me with their fucking noises and they're talking to you and their ears. Their ears! They have little bat ears!
It'll be a while before we get a Frenchie, though. They're expensive.
The only way it would even consider happening right now is if somehow one fell into our lap that was, I don't know, free. And I don't know how that would happen. It would be some kind of weird-ass miracle. But I don't see that happening. So it'll be a long time because we have 2 dogs.
Right.
One the size of a moose and the one the size of your foot.
Right. Yeah, Frenchies. I mean, I'd be fine with having a Frenchie someday, but I don't need another dog right now.
No, I'm okay.
Especially another little dog. I'm all good on that right now.
I enjoy the dogs we have. Plus we have the cat. When we don't have the cat anymore, then I might be okay with another little dog, but like, I'm cool with not having cats. Like, I know we agreed on that a long time ago, but like, that's why I was cool with it, because I'm okay with it.
Health.
I hate
Those are
having a
health
litter
concerns.
box. It drives me crazy.
Right. That's a health concern.
I know. The only
'Cause,
reason
like,
I have
I
this
have
one
bad
is because
health.
I've had her for a very, very long time.
I know.
The bitch will never die either.
It would be a while. I'm not that lucky.
I'm just kidding. I would be upset if she died.
I know.
I joke, but I do love my cat. She's
Yeah.
just an asshole, and so am I, and that's
Like
why
most
she
of the time.
and she loves me too. She comes and snuggles with me.
She tries to snuggle with me, but we're not friends. I've tried to be friends with her multiple times. And every time I do, she literally claws me up. I'm like, no.
It's because she's the kind of cat that needs with her paws, and you have allergies, so when she scratches you like that, it's a bigger deal than like when she does it to me.
Yeah, it's no bueno.
It hurts when she does it to you.
They itch to fuck.
Exactly.
Because, like, your skin's irritated from the allergens that are in it.
Right?
It's horrible. So, that could be advice tonight. If you're allergic to cats or dogs, in particular, then don't get them. Like, I kind of had one automatically, so I was like, great.
Did, and I was going to keep her at my mom's, but I had her for a really long time, and he's like, no, that's your cat. You need to bring your cat. And I'm like, really? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay.
Not that I was happy about it, but...
No, but you love me so much.
Also, we took 2 cats, actually, out of, like, 13.
We did, because if we hadn't taken the other one, he would have just died way sooner than he had. He had a lot of problems.
He did. I mean, I know we talked about Stranger on here before.
We have.
But...
He lived like a fucking king while he was here, though.
For what? Like, first year that we lived here?
Yeah.
But he had a pretty bad respiratory problem, and he had a crooked back, and a missing half a tail, and... Yep. He lived a pretty crazy life.
His respiratory shit was permanent. He'd been to the vet multiple times about it, and they said it was just a permanent thing. There was really nothing we could do about it. And that he could live for 10 days, he could live for 10 years. There was no way to know.
He didn't live that long.
No, he was the weirdest male cat ever.
I liked him a lot, though.
First of all,
He never, like, asked you to pet him, but, like, if you pet him, he's like, okay,
yeah.
I'm cool with that. And then, like, when he was done with you, he just left you alone.
He didn't bite you or scratch you. If he wanted attention, he did come seek you out, and he'd just sit there and look at you like, can I have some love? Yeah?
And after
But he
you'd
wouldn't
give him,
pester.
like, what he was hoping for, like, his bit of love, and then he would just, like, take off, and you wouldn't see him for a couple days.
Yep.
And then he would get up and use, like, to
He
eat something, and, like, he'd want to get a couple pets. He's like, okay. And he'd just leave you alone.
Yep. He was he was not fixed, and he never sprayed nothing. He loved kittens. Oh my god, he'd seek out mama cats with kittens and snuggle the shit out of her kittens. And they'd let him, he'd snuggle them while she was fucking off getting food. He loved baby kitties. It was the funniest thing in the world.
Right.
Most male cats will kill babies if they don't think they're theirs.
Right.
So, he was just weird. He was a very odd male cat.
But he was really chill.
Oh, he was probably one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
Probably the only reason why I was willing to take Stranger. Just because, like, he was just super chill.
He was actually your request to bring. You looked at me and said, can we bring Stranger too?
Well, I didn't want to see him just be cold all the time at your mom's house, and, like...
I know.
He wasn't a bad cat. He was really chill and really...
I think he's the only cat I've ever seen you actually, like, genuinely kind of like.
Well, because, like, you'd pet him for a minute, and then he didn't claw at you, he didn't knead at you, nothing. Like, he was like, hey, I'm here if you want to pet me, and you're like, oh, okay, hey, stranger, what's up? You pet him for a minute, and he just takes off, and then you don't see him for 3 more days.
Yeah.
Like, and then when he comes back, he'll, like, come over and, like, he didn't, like, ever, like, get in your face kind of thing.
No.
But he would get, like, right next to you on the couch, like, right next to the couch, and he'd just lay there. Like, he was, like, laying with you, and you'd pet him a couple times, and he'd just lay there and watch TV with you, and then when he was done, he'd get up and away, walk, and you're like, oh, okay.
He was a really good cat.
He was.
I know. You're a really sweet person, and I didn't ask to bring him because I was surprised that I was taking Autumn.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
know you're
like
allergic
Stranger,
to
though.
cats, so, like, I never thought about asking, so it made me smile that you wanted to bring him for the same reasons I would have wanted to.
I mean, I knew that he didn't have all that good of a health. Like, I didn't figure he'd probably be living more than maybe 4 or 5 years.
Right.
With how he was. But, like, he'd have a pretty chill 4 or 5 years. So, like...
Yeah, because at that time, we did not have the baby. Who was obsessed with kitties.
Right? But he would have been fine with it.
Oh,
He'd
he
been
would have
like,
loved
all right.
her. He would have loved her, but she would have been rough with him. And he'd have been frail by that point.
But, I mean, he was a really good cat.
Oh, he was
really
wonderful.
He was just chill.
I think my favorite cat I've ever had, I didn't get to have for very long. His name was Captain Jack, and he was awesome. He'd be all the way at the top of the yard, like up by where those pine trees are. I'd go out on the porch and go, Captain Jack! And he'd turn and just book ass down the hill.
Right?
And he'd come and he'd just start rubbing around my legs, and I'd pick him up, and he was the best snuggler. He was such a good kitty, too. He never missed litter box. He didn't claw and stuff. Like, he was a good little cat. But he was probably my favorite one I've ever got to have.
Right.
He was a little black and white long haired. He would have been a problem for you because he was fluffy as fuck. But he had a pirate patch right above his eye, so his name was Captain Jack. Turns out Captain Jack was a Captain Jacqueline. But
nice.
We still called her Captain Jack.
I mean, it's kind of like in Pitch Black.
Yeah.
Her name is Jack.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
yeah.
He was a cool cat. He liked to sleep with me, but he didn't sleep at your feet where he's a pain in the ass. He didn't sleep next to your face or anything like that. He had the corner of the bed. He just slept in a very small spot in that corner. So it didn't bother me. Like, it was fine. You know?
Yeah, because you had Tink curled up under your ass every night, and...
Buddy on the other half of the bed.
Right.
Yeah.
Buddy's life has progressively gotten worse since I came around. I feel really bad for that.
I was thinking about the other day because they just have him tied up outside.
Right.
Because he's old. So he can't go long periods without going outside. And so when they're gone all fucking day, he has accidents in the house and they get pissed off about it.
Right.
But the problem is when we bring him here, he can't go outside like he wants to be outside. Because he doesn't come when he's called. And he doesn't listen. Like, I've tried.
Right.
If he sees a deer, that's it, he's gone. And he can't do that here. But he quits eating when he's here. He won't eat.
Right. I know.
So I don't know what to do. It bothers the shit out of me all the time.
Right.
I hate it.
I knew it probably did.
It does, all the time. Because I can't do anything. If I take him, then he just quits eating for me. He won't eat.
It's because he wants to be running around all the time.
He likes being able to roam. But the problem is he started killing the neighbor's chickens, so he can't even roam there now. So they have him tied outside. I hate it.
Right.
That's their solution when their dogs get old.
Right. Or they let them just be wild. Like Dottie and Tui.
Yeah.
They were just more or less wild.
They traveled back and forth between our house and my grandparents.
Just did whatever they wanted. Come and go as they pleased.
Yeah. It's just dumb.
Can't help it.
I know. But it bothers me so much.
Right? I know, it sucks.
But
Think where that conversation started at. You're like, whoa.
oh, I know. I miss Buddy because he was a good dog. He's really good with kids and he's a sweet dog. He's loud. Like, he makes a lot of noise, but he's a sweet dog as a whole. You know what I mean?
Right. Pain in the dick. That's all I gotta say. He's a pain in the dick.
I know, you didn't care for him too much. I enjoyed him.
I don't like shepherds. Never have.
I usually
Probably never
don't.
will.
I usually don't, but he doesn't have the same kind of temperament that most shepherds I've met did. Like, I didn't trust my brother's shepherd he had, his white one, as far as I could throw her, because I'd seen how she behaved. I didn't trust her.
Right.
She's a sweet dog, but, no. Literally, I've seen that dog growl at two people, and both of them were people he didn't know that had a gun, and they were with me. People he doesn't know that have them, he's like, no. And he's never snapped at anybody. He just sits between me and them, and he's like, no, you don't get to pass here.
Right.
Once they put it away, he's fine, he's good, and he doesn't mind them at all. That's the only time I've ever seen him have any kind of behavior like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's the most shepherdy behavior I've seen out of him. So, like,
Right.
he's not like most German shepherds. That's
I
the
know.
only reason I liked him.
I know. I don't know. Some people love them. I'm not into them. I got bit by one when I was in second grade.
I think they are great dogs that are just not a species for us.
Right.
They are a dog that when, I see them, I make sure, okay, we're not going to just run and pet this dog. Like, that's not a thing.
Right. Yeah.
Which I'm working with the baby, by the way.
I know.
It's really hard for her to understand because our dogs are so friendly. And your mom's dogs are so friendly. And
Pretty much all the dogs that she's come in contact with are super nice.
so she doesn't understand. And I'm trying to teach her, like, I don't pet people's dogs, even when their dogs approach me without asking if I can pet their dog.
Right. I feel like that's a common courtesy thing, too.
Where was I? I was at the flea market. And this dog, I don't know what she was. She's a big girl. But she was wagging her tail, all excited to be there. And she comes up to me and jumps on me, and I went like this, and I looked at the people trying to hold on to her. And I'm like, can I pet her? And they're like, yes, you can pet her. So I loved on her for a minute, and they went, you are the first person to ask us if you can pet her. Nobody has asked us. Everybody just pets her, and it's really frustrating.
I mean, it can be.
I don't know what they're trying to teach that dog.
Right?
I don't know if it's a, some kind of service dog that's in training for something and it has to learn that, no, you can't just do that. You know, I don't want to interfere with that.
Right.
So, and I also don't, I don't know. I would want somebody to ask me if they could pet my dog.
That's really not like how most people think, though. You know what I mean, though?
Well, I'm trying to teach your daughter this. And it's really hard, but she's only 3. And we're trying. It's a learning process. It's going to be a process, and that's okay.
She just wants to love on all the animals.
Yeah.
Okay. Hence her, laying on the floor next to the
Komodo
dragons. Oh, hi.
Hi,
Oh, yeah.
baby. That was what she said. And I'm like, oh my god, I love you so much. There's my daughter. She loves animals so much. You are in so much trouble when she's older, because she's going to be my partner in crime.
We'll see. We'll see. By that time, I plan on life being a little bit different than it is now.
I think we finally smoked all this thing.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
I'm going to give this to you, because I don't want it anymore. I almost broke it once.
Guess I
don't want
already
it.
have enough bullshit over here.
Yep.
Let's just pile up more.
Yes. You have a whole stand over there. It's okay. But, yeah. Out of all 3 of them, she's probably the biggest culprit of that. The other boy's a little more cautious with critters he doesn't know. And the boy is learning to, be respectful about it. Not necessarily cautious, but respectful about stuff. He's learning to ask, and he's doing better with it.
Right.
What are you grinning about?
I just had a really, crazy, dizzy spell. Yeah. I can't.
I thought you got uber excited about something for a second. I'm like, what the fuck?
No.
I'm sorry. You okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. But yeah, we've seen some different stuff, and the kids, we have to get them taught about being careful with what you're petting and shit.
We're working on it.
A couple months ago, the baby tried to pet alligators.
Not just any alligators, okay? These aren't the ones they were holding that had their mouth taped and they were just chilling. No, this is a tub of itty-bitty baby alligators that, nom 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 at anything that moves. Or anything that might touch them. And she's just like, oh! And reaches her hand in there, and we're like, ah!
We don't need that right now. We're like, fuck.
Last thing I need is her to get bit by a baby gator.
Or a Morelli crocodile.
Yeah.
Because that's what else was in those.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a very fun day. A nice hospital visit.
The problem is, you can't even say she'd only do it once. No, she fucking wouldn't. She'd do it the very next time.
She wouldn't remember. She'd be like, ooh, animal.
Yep. If she'd had the opportunity, she'd have pet that Komodo dragon. In a heartbeat. She'd have ran right up to him and pet it.
Easily. She just don't care. She's like, oh, look at that.
She is her mother's daughter.
I know. It's crazy, because, to wonder what she's gonna do with her life.
Oh, I know.
With having parents that do have a reptile background at that point when she gets older. It makes you wonder whether she'll go into animals or, what she'll actually do someday.
I know.
Because I'm sure she'll have multiple reptiles and stuff growing up. I could see it.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the boy already has one, and would like two.
He wants a snake now, doesn't he?
Yeah. But he's gonna wait for a snake a little bit.
Yeah, he is.
He's still getting used to, like, doing a little bit of work with having a reptile.
Right. I know. He does pretty good with it for being 10. He does.
I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying he definitely...
I know you're not knocking him. I'm just giving him credit, because he does. He does do pretty good for 10.
Right.
I mean, obviously, 10-year-olds still need supervision with that stuff to make sure it's getting done and whatnot. And we obviously may have to stay on him to make sure it gets done. But, I mean, for the most part, for being 10, he does a good job. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Did you just fall asleep over there for a second?
No,
I hope not.
I didn't. It's fucking cold. No, I was listening. I'm just, like, sitting here trying to stay warm.
Yeah?
Yeah. And then, like, my back's being a dick, so, like, I had a back jerk.
I got you.
Like, I didn't have a spasm, like, my back jerked, and I was like, oh, man. Made my eyes, like, bulge open, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh.
I feel like the entire the episode has been so long today.
It has.
For being, like, the normal hour and a half, it's been really long today.
Like, really long, and I don't know why.
Like, I felt like we were talking with Yeta,
I think
like,
it's because we've had so many interruptions.
It's probably what it is. We've had, like, 8 interruptions.
Like, the other boy doesn't feel good. He's got some type of flu shit.
No bueno. I'm usually sick on my birthday, so I'm sure this is what's coming. Is the shit that he's got. I'll be sick for fucking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something
stupid. Which is fabulous, because guess what? I have appointments almost every day next week. And I'm like,
right.
And one of them is 4 appointments in one day.
Oh, yeah, next Friday, right? Yeah. Hopefully not, though. We'll see.
I know.
You never know. Some of the plague that we get from the kids from the school, it isn't all that bad because we've already had it.
Right. I'm hoping that we're okay on this one.
I'm hoping this isn't one that we're gonna get.
I hope we're not like, oh god, we're dying.
Stay tuned for next week's episode of if we died or not.
Yeah, right?
On that note, we're out. Catch you later. Alright, so if you enjoyed this episode, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube and whatever you're on, Spotify. Yeah.
Wherever the hell you are.
We don't
Just
know.
because as much as we could get out there, the better it is for us, And I mean, obviously, it shows that you guys like it, and we appreciate seeing that you guys like it. So
yes,
we would just love
smile. It really does.
Yeah,
love to see that
love
sub.
Seeing everything, we're gonna get everything here rolling here soon.
So on that set, I also want to say that we have our episode comes out every Friday night. Usually, hopefully, we like to get out about 4:20. Depending on work schedules, it doesn't always work out that way.
But we try.
So you can hear the Ganja People every Friday night after 4:30-ish, somewhere in the afternoon, evening time.
Yep.
Every single week.
All right.
On that note, we're just going to say we're out. So just remember, don't let your meatloaf.
Keep it creative.
Keep it dank, Ganja Gang.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.